Have you heard the term uncomparable adjective? Maybe not, but you have heard uncomparable adjectives. These are descriptor words that either are or are not. They cannot be more, you cannot be the most. For instance, unique. Unique means one of a kind. So if an item is truly unique, there are no others like it, so therefore it cannot be more unique, it cannot be very unique, it is unique. If there are more than one, it can be rare, it can be unusual, it can be uncommon, but it cannot be unique. So keep that in mind, because while especially in a work setting, people likely won't challenge you or correct you, they are highly likely to judge you, and I know this because I hear about it all the time. Second one is dead. Dead or alive, that's a binary. There is no spectrum between the two, okay? And third I want to talk about is pregnant. You cannot be a little bit pregnant. You cannot be very pregnant. You either are or you are not. Often very pregnant is used to describe a woman who people think is probably close to her due date because of the size of her body. That is a body evaluation that, especially in the workplace, is completely inappropriate. That should never happen. And just don't talk about the size of people's bodies. So saying someone is very pregnant, that's what that is. Just so you know, keep that in mind. I'm veering over into HR here, but words matter. And on that note, on a slightly personal, maybe pet peeve, the term "we're pregnant," which often usually is a man saying we are pregnant, meaning that he and his partner are expecting a child, that they are going to have a baby. But pregnancy is a medical condition. Just like if you fall and smack your head, we do not have a concussion, right? So we are pregnant. As a person who has experienced pregnancy, I've talked to many other people who have experienced pregnancy, that term is very touchy. Don't like it. Don't like it at all. And not only that, but if you say it in a work setting to a person who has experienced pregnancy, they could interpret that you are a man who would take credit for a woman's work because you haven't experienced it, but you're saying that you're part of doing it. So keep that in mind too. Probably best to stay away from that. And like I said, it's a pet peeve of mine. I know it's a pet peeve of other friends of mine and other people who I've talked to. Probably not something everyone keys into, but you never know who you're talking to. And that is something that it's not a huge logic leap. So keep that in mind, especially in a work setting, and maybe just stay to, we are expecting, we're going to have a baby, my wife, my partner is pregnant, etc. Stick to that. The we are pregnant is probably something that you want to stay away from. Possibly my own pet peeve, but you know, I guess the more you know, the better you can do. But back to the uncomparable adjectives. If you Google that term, you can come up with a whole list of them. Impossible is another one. You can't be nearly impossible. It's either possible or impossible, very difficult, etc. But just remember, unique, dead, pregnant, can't be more, can't be less, either are or are not. There are others. And while people won't probably correct you, it's best to use the words correctly so that they don't judge you and your intelligence in the way that you use your language, because words matter. Thanks, have a great week.